Now I know I am in the enemy hunt. I have picture. Yeah, it was my girlfriend with her boy.
Because of his family. By that photo, he changed his mind. I'm make a decision to save him.
Wow, they say that truth is stranger than fiction, and that's certainly the case. In the unbelievable new documentary, My Enemy, My Brother, it was recently shortlisted for an Oscar nomination. And joining us this morning is the woman behind the timely and poignant film. Please welcome Shin. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me on.
Congratulations on such a beautiful, beautiful short story, short film. What? Tell us a little bit about it.
So it's about two soldiers who were child and teenage soldiers during the Iran-Iraq War, which is the bloodiest war of the latter part of the 20th century.
Right.
So Zahed was a 13-year-old soldier when he found his enemy in a bunker among dead compatriots, and he risked his own life to save this fellow and kept him alive for 3 days. 20 years later, they meet again by sheer chance in Canada, and their story continues. So it's a positive story about one act of compassion during a time of war.
And it's so timely considering the subject matter and how, you know, if one person can be compassionate enough,
yes,
you can actually turn something negative into a really positive thing. Tell us about the timeliness.
Yeah, I mean, in light of what's happening in Paris, it's hard not to be taken over with a sense of fear about, you know, terrorism or just like, you know, that whole situation. And it's great to know that there are positive stories from the Middle East, that there are individuals who are just on their own decision, you know, acting out of compassion and humanity for one another.
So what really moved you to want to tell this story and share it with the rest of us?
I was so taken by them when I met them in Vancouver, over sitting down with cups of tea. I just learned just all that they had been through, and the stories just kept coming, and I thought, oh, you know, the fact that this happened, and they look like, you know, regular people, a mechanic and, you know, a mover.
Living regular lives, right?
Yeah, and they did something extraordinary, and I just thought, it's an inspiring story for everyone, really.
I don't want to give too much of it away, but it's unbelievable how it kind of comes full circle at the end, where the one is saving one of them, and then in the other in adulthood.
Yeah, yeah. So the young soldier who saved Zahed, in the end, he plunges into depression and was suicidal by the time he came as a refugee to Vancouver. But that's when they met, and Najah was able to help him. And so Zahed says, you know, he catched my hand from darkness and brought me into the light.
One of my favorite lines in the entire film. Tell us about, well, first of all, it's so incredible how they both ended up in Canada and how they found each other. Tell us about that moment.
So Najah takes his father to a counseling center called Vancouver Association for Survivors of Torture, VAST. And after a suicide attempt, Zahed's roommates took him there, saying, you really need some help. And so in the waiting room, he happened to see Najah. They didn't recognize each other. 20 years had passed, their faces had changed, but they struck up a conversation. And then they realized, oh, they were in the same war, they were in the same battle. And he says, which bunker were you in? And then it just went from there.
That's incredible. I mean, it's, you know, the universe is speaking, right? All of the stars have aligned for them to meet, and then for you to be able to share the story for all of us, and then to be shortlisted for an Oscar nomination. How are you feeling about all the Oscar buzz?
It's heady. When we first got the news about it, I just thought, okay, we're shortlisted, whatever. And then people started congratulating me. I thought, okay, I guess this is something. And yeah, New York Times has launched the Oscar campaign, so there's screenings in LA and New York, and it's
that's so incredible. How's the campaigning going? I mean, that's a whole different beast altogether, right?
It is. I'm learning a lot. It's yeah, it's quite eye-opening. Just you know, trying to get Academy members to see your film, and you know.
Well, we have to get everyone out there to see this film. Thank you so much for being here. You can watch My Enemy, My Brother on Saturday as part of the Regent Park Film Festival. That runs today through Sunday at Daniel's Spectrum on Dundas Street East. And we're also giving away a closing night VIP package that includes 2 seats for Saturday's closing night gala, plus dinner for 2 at Paintbox. To win, go to the contest section at breakfasttelevision.ca and hit up daily prizing. Thank you again for being here.
Thanks so much.